Have you ever thought I would be so much better off if I had an indicator that helped me with my setup, that notified me when it was coming, or if I had something that helped me to really know the analytics about how high of a hit rate my strategy has? If that is something you have ever asked yourself, this is the video for you.
Kristyn, Alexis. Something magnetic draws you near to me. Our worlds collided like a symphony. This is how true love's supposed to be.
A vivacious boss with plenty style. Come on, girl, it's showtime now.
So with no further ado, let's get into it. I'm your girl, Kristyn Alexis, and today we are gonna walk through how I created my own indicator/strategy for TradingView.
If you trade ICT or smart money concepts, you know how time-consuming it is. Tracking fair value gaps, spotting SMT divergences manually. AlgoKings automates all of it. We build 2 complete indicator suites. The SMC package includes multi-timeframe, fair value gaps, smart money divergences with fully custom timeframes, time cycles, and key levels. Everything you do manually, now automated. The SMC package is $29.99 a month. Individual indicators are $14.99. Every package includes a 7-day free trial. Find us at algokings.net or search AlgoKings on WHUP. Built by traders for traders. Start your free trial today.
For those of you who are new to my channel, I trade futures primarily. However, I do long-term investing as well. Swing trades, I do options and shares. So I basically love to kind of get my hands in all things trading. I recently learned a setup that I absolutely love. However, sometimes I get in the habit of sitting at the chart and I don't want to be there too long when there's nothing happening. So I wanted to have a way where the chart could tell me when to show up.
It's time.
So what I did is I created an indicator using ChatGPT that notifies me when my setup is ready. It also does it on various time frames. It gives me the exact location for where I should be entering. It tells me what my stop loss should be and where my first and second take profits should be for the trade. I absolutely love this thing. It took me several weeks to get it all the way put together, and in this video I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I did to make this thing happen. So basically I got on Threads and I asked if there was anybody out there who knew how to create an indicator. I got several replies and I was so grateful for all of the people who replied to me with ideas. But I got one reply from a girl named Andrea that I have talked to a couple of times on Threads, and I've always loved her. She's such a sweetie. So we get on chat and we talked in Telegram, and basically she told me that ChatGPT built her an indicator that she was using, and it was very similar to exactly what I was looking for. So what I did is I got on ChatGPT and basically explained exactly what I wanted it to do. I went through every single step of the logic for my particular setup, and it is so crazy. So I wanted to really create something that helped me to just get those alerts, but also to be able to measure how effective this particular setup is, because I had my own ideas, but I wanted to see the actual analytics. I'm somebody where I grew up working in pharmaceuticals and medical devices, so it's a very technical career that I've had up until this point, and I just tend to think like that. Like, I want to see the data, I want to see the numbers. I'm a project manager by training, so I always have had to be very objective, and this was just something I felt like would be really helpful for me, but I didn't know how to do it. So what I did is I got on ChatGPT and I started with the voice conversation. I do have a subscription, so I pay the $19.99 a month, and I have to say it was worth way more than that. I had tried to do this before, like months ago, like probably like maybe a year or more ago, and I was very unsuccessful. I didn't have a usable script. I was never able to get anything that would look like or actually worked at all in TradingView. So this time around, I used a lot of voice conversations. I did a lot of these conversations with ChatGPT in the evening, walking it through my process, literally step by step, explaining every single step in detail, being as objective as possible so that it's repeatable. It's not something that has any subjectivity within it. And I thought about it like at work when I would build these IT tools or IT platforms, and I had to do project management for those type of tools. And we would always have to create what they call requirements. Requirements are like those very objective, one point, bullet point of exactly what you need that can be measured once that particular tool is created. So you can go back and you can check the box for each of those particular requirements to ensure that they're there. So I essentially went through and I created my list of requirements for this particular indicator, every single step it needs to go through and in what order, and essentially had ChatGPT create this tool for me. Y'all, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was not painful. It was very painful, but I am grateful that Andrea was there along the way. We worked together to work through any challenges that we ran into, and there were definitely a couple of times where we hit a wall. Like, it was just not able to get better than we had got it to, but there were some things where I'm like, man, I know I can tighten this up. Because I think at the point when we first ran it, it came out to like a 70-something% hit rate, or it was like a 50-60% hit rate. And I'm like, nah, I know I can tighten this way up. So I spent probably another week and a half. I got the hit rate up to like 90-something%. Yeah, it's crazy. So it is pretty wild, but I say that to say the part that I really loved about it is that I was able to have these conversations with ChatGPT, fix any errors that I have, and what I would do anytime it would give me an output is I would walk through exactly what all of the steps are. So step one is you have to basically detail what your requirements are. What are every single step in your protocol, in the process that you would use from start to finish, and you need to make sure you're very clear on exactly what you want this thing to do. For this, because it is an indicator / strategy, and the uniqueness or the difference between an indicator is like an indicator is just kind of telling you things, whereas a strategy can actually measure with statistics how that particular setup performs. So it'll actually take the trades and it'll follow the trade from beginning all the way to the end with the rules and the process that I've put in place, and it will manage the trade literally from beginning to end. We had to go through several iterations. We had to go through several issues where I would have times I'd get errors and we would work through the error and we get another error. And then there'd be these times where you have these circular errors where you fix it and then you get a different error, and then you fix the different error, and then you get the error you had before, and you're just doing this over and over with ChatGPT. You have to kind of yell at ChatGPT sometimes, and I had to tell it, look, we keep getting these same errors. I need you to be as experienced as you can to dig deep and figure out how to make this not pop up ever again. And those would be the times where it would really fix the script for me. The other thing I would always tell it is when it repairs or fixes a section of the script, do not send me that section by itself, because I'm not a coder. I'm not a coder, you are. So I need you to send me the whole script every single time. So every time I would have an issue, I would make it resend me the whole script after it fixed the issue, and I would tell it to work on that issue until it fixed it completely. And that was how I was able to really push through a lot of the issues that I got when I was working with it. I also will say there was one time in particular where I had been working with it on a Sunday almost the whole day, and we had gone back and forth, round and round, tweaking the script, having it resend it to me, making adjustments, until finally it told me, I can't help you anymore, Kristyn. It was like, I cannot keep sending you this much code back and forth. So I was super disappointed. I went to bed frustrated because I'm like, bro, we're this close to being done. Woke up the next day, talked to my girl Andrea. She tried to help me to fix the particular issue I was having, and then I was like, let me just try it one more time. And lo and behold, it worked again. So I will say, if you do get that issue, give it a little bit of time and try again, because I think there is something to be said about doing too much at one time and just kind of taking up a lot of the processing. Like if you've ever used the voice with it and you do it a lot in a day, it will tell you you're cut off for that day. Like it's like you only get so much and then you have to do it the next day. So just be mindful that that could happen to you. However, I will say once we got it to the point where the indicator was ready to go, we did end up making it a script. And I think Andrea actually had hers as a script first before I realized you could even do this. So what I did is I made it a script, and the benefits of a script is you can actually, one, get all the analytics. So it'll go back in history and look at all the times that your setup qualified on the chart and it would have taken that trade. And it'll tell you what would have happened with the rules and everything you put in place for that process for that particular trade. And if it's not profitable, you can continue to tweak it till you get it to a point where it is. So that's basically what I did. I tweaked mine until I got it to a place where the hit rate is in the high 90s, which is freaking wild. Like, it's so crazy. So I am so excited. Like, I feel so empowered. Like, I could honestly do anything. I have been also taking indicators that I've used and I use a lot. Like, for example, there's liquidity indicators I use. Basically anything that annotates, that I do annotation on my chart for the day. I don't want to do any of that stuff manually. So if I can have an indicator do it, that's exactly what I'm about to do. So what I did is, if the script was open for indicators I use every day, I took the script, loaded it to my ChatGPT, and had ChatGPT make any adjustments to that script to be for me. So be the way that I want that indicator. And I have redone a lot of them since I created my strategy in ChatGPT as well. Any idea you have, you can make happen. You can do it on your own. And I feel like this is information I probably should gatekeep, but I'm not gonna do it just for you guys. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all the tea, okay? However, I will say one tip that I think is really important is to make sure you create a conversation for the indicator that you're making and keep all conversations about that indicator in that particular place. You don't want to keep coming back and starting a new conversation every time you come to engage with the bot about your particular thing you're working on. It's easier to keep it all together because it is not able to leverage every detail of that previous conversation if it's not in the same place. Number two, write the requirements out, make sure they're very plain and objective and be as detailed as possible. Talk it through, let the bot figure it out, and then make sure it repeats it back to you to confirm exactly that it got what your requirements were the way that you said them. So make sure it repeats it back, go through it, do that as many times as you have to do it until you guys are on the same page. If anything seems weird, keep talking it through. Make sure that it for sure understands what you said. And this is like a sales thing too. It's like, if you sell somebody, you're gonna ask for their commitment, but make sure you confirm what it is they're committing to. So you just gotta be on the same page with the bot. That's the third thing. So next, I will say it's very important again, anytime you make a change to that script, have it send you the whole script back. Do not let it piecemeal to you, especially if you are not a coder by day. If you know what you're doing, take the little sections, you can figure it out. But if you like me, I'm not doing it. I'm not a coder. So no, give me the whole script so I can copy paste and drop it in Pine Script. So that is what I made it do every single time. And then from there, if you're gonna do it as a strategy and you do wanna get those analytics, go through and see what the data says. The other thing I will say is, don't put off what you want to call this particular indicator, because it's going to come up with a name for it if you don't tell it, and it's going to be something stupid, and then you're going to be annoyed every time you have that name. You can manually go in and change it as well, and I did eventually figure that out, but you could also just tell the bot to do it. So make sure you tell ChatGPT exactly what you want this indicator to be called and referenced. And then as you do iterations, make sure you have it code them with the numbers. So like 1.1, 1.2. So that can be for if you make minor changes. If you make significant changes, be like, you know, the name of your indicator, 2.1. Okay, so you kind of get where I'm going. That way, as you're going through and you're making these changes, you don't get lost in all of these scripts that you're getting. The other thing is, as you download these scripts, save them as text files every single time. Organize them in a file folder so it's very plain exactly what each of those files were. Because as you make changes, there'll be times you make a change and you're going to want to go back because you didn't like the change that was made. And you're like, ugh, I hate that. So let me go back to that last version. So make sure you keep track of your version history and be very detailed. Don't put that off, because I'm telling you, it's a nightmare when you got to go back. I got like 4 iterations in and I was like, okay, we got to do this a little bit better to make sure this is very clear exactly what all of the changes were. I'm so excited, y'all. Like, I feel like I'm about to have a freaking amazing 2026, and a lot of it is going to be as a result of this indicator. So I really hope this video is helpful. I definitely wanted to make sure that I shared it, but at the same time, I am not a tech girl. I like tech, but I definitely don't have all the stuff behind the curtain figured out, and I figured this could be a great way for you, if you were like me, to take advantage too. So as a result of doing all of this work, I now have an active strategy / indicator that I'm able to share with the people that I truly love and feel safe with. I didn't want to share this broadly because I do feel like it's a little different than an actual indicator. This is something that actually is telling you when the trade is happening and where it is on the chart. And in my perspective, I just feel like that's a lot of risk to have out there, because I'm always worried about people taking trades and they took a trade because of me and they took a L. Like, I just don't want to take that risk. So that's the reason why I won't be sharing it publicly. But at the same time, I'm so excited. I feel so empowered, and I feel even blessed. I'm like, how the heck did I end up with this? Like, this is crazy. So I'm just grateful to my teacher. I'm grateful to Andrea for helping me figure out that I could even do this and make this happen. And I am so excited. I feel like this is about to be so amazing. So in 2026, I am going to use an account to literally trade the trades that come out of that particular trading strategy and see what I can make happen in 2026. So I'm sorry if this video was a little long and I ran on a bit, but I definitely wanted to share this information with you guys because I feel like it's just too good to not share. So I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you feel empowered to make it happen. And if you got one tip that you're gonna put to use from this video, please make sure to comment below and let me know what that is, as well as hit the like button. And if you guys want more videos like this, let me know in the comment section as well. But with that, Happy New Year. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye-bye.